Graham, nice meeting you.
Andrew, thanks for inviting us down. First of all, tell us about the game, why we're here.
This weekend is the launch of Dirt 2, so we're here at Silverstone to have a little fun with the car and interact with the general public to have everybody come out and try out the game.
Okay, so entice people into the game by scaring them stupid with your driving.
I guess that's the general idea.
It's a good one. So what kind of involvement did you have with the game as it was developed?
Well, Codemasters brought me in about a year ago to help with some of the development of the game, some of the ideas that go into some of the things that they did, and also being a test driver to make sure that, you know, from my expertise in the car, that we could get the dynamics of the car in the game to feel about the same. And
so throughout the process, you were kind of driving each variation of the game and seeing how it went.
Yeah, a bit. I mean, lucky for me that they do such a good job with the game already that my feedback was kind of minimal. So, I mean, the game is really, really amazing. It's very fun to play. And I've been playing rally games since Sega Rally Championship came out in the early 90s, you know, so it's really cool now to be a part of, to me, like the best rally game ever. So it's been a lot of fun.
Because it came from Colin McRae Rally, which I can remember playing on I think a PlayStation 1 or a PlayStation 2, which I used to love. It was a kind of really good blend between an arcade game, which was a bit easy going, but actually with a little bit of skill as well. So is that still how it is now, kind of a mix between arcade and serious driving? Or?
Yeah, and that's the thing. They've got the racing dynamics of the car down very, very well. It's very sim-like, that it's very much like real life, but they've created great stages in places like Croatia and Utah and Malaysia that are amazingly fun to play and very realistic at the same time.
Okay. So you're kind of, what people think of you now is you're taking rallying in a whole new direction, because I always thought when Colin McRae was around racing and rolling cars, crashing cars, I thought that was pretty exciting. But now you seem to be doing jumps and gymkhanas and getting millions of hits on YouTube. So are you kind of consciously taking rally in a new direction, or just doing what you enjoy?
Well, I grew up skateboarding and snowboarding and riding dirt bikes, and 99% of the time I was doing that, I was not competing. It was out having fun. And rally for me was really kind of the opposite. I'm a competitor at heart, but the car is just so amazing that I want to use it other places than just in the rally stage, you know? So I've had a lot of fun opportunities to go do stuff like some big jumps and taking the car to a ski resort down in New Zealand and doing this gymkhana stuff in like abandoned airports. So it's just a matter of having a lot of fun, and really at the base it's what Colin loved too, you know. And he and I, you know, before he passed away, I had a good banter about that type of stuff. And when I did my first jump for Stunt Junkies, I emailed him a photo, and his email response was, if that's real, you know, talking about the photo, if that's real, I'll eat my driving boots. So I said, well, get ready to eat those boots.
Yeah, you send him from source, haven't you? So how did you prepare for that 171, was it 171 feet, the jump? The Stunt Junkies one. How did you prepare for that?
Well, growing up riding dirt bikes and even snowboarding, I'm used to transitions and jumping things, you know, and especially a dirt bike. I raced tracks. I didn't just ride out and, you know, in the hills. I enjoyed racing tracks. So you get used to jumping, you know, 60, 70, 100-foot doubles. So for me, doing that with a car, it wasn't so dissimilar. It was just a matter of changing the dimensions a little bit to actually work for the car.
Do you think as soon as you've got a sense of the physics and how to judge the, you know, the approach, you can kind of do it in anything?
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to be next? You've got the world record for the longest jump. You've got one of the biggest YouTube hits ever for driving. What are you going to do to surpass all of that?
I don't know. I mean, the main thing is I just enjoy having fun with the car, and I've got lots of ideas of different things to do, and just a matter of, you know, what fits into the schedule and what we're able to do. So it's been great working with the Codemasters people on Dirt 2, because they've been able to take some of that stuff that I've done and actually put it into the game and actually do it bigger and better than I've been able to do in real life. So it's cool to be able to do things in the computer because you don't have those limitations of what you can do in real life.
And I suppose on the computer you don't need quite such big balls.
Or budget.
Or budget.
You race a $200,000 rally car, after a while that starts to hurt the pocket, but you know, you can do it in the video game all day long.
It's not quite as much of a challenge though, is it?
No, you know, the real life is always a little scarier and a little funner than video games, but you know, they've done a very good job with this one.
So what's more important to you, do you think? Is it skill or is it massive balls?
For which part? The game?
No, well, don't know how big your balls need to be to play a computer game. But doing your big jumps, you know, what is that a real honed skill, or is it just having the guts to do it?
It's very much knowing what you're doing and how to do it right. Yeah. And I've made mistakes. I've been 2 miles an hour off on a jump and actually broken my back. So
it's quite a fine line between wrong
yeah, and you know, that's the thing. I enjoy doing it. It's very fun, but it's also quite frightening at the same time.
That's it. I mean, because you can practice, I assume, all you like, but actually doing the final jump or the final stunt or the final, you know, whatever, that's going to be the first time you've done it, really. Yeah. That size. So there's always a little bit of unknown in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, and, you know, the nice thing about the program like Stunt Junkies, we were actually able to build up and keep going bigger and bigger, you know, but it just takes time and
When did you decide to stop?
When the car broke.
Oh, right. Is that why you had to stop?
Yeah, the impact was so big. I was literally 20 feet from landing flat, so the car took a pretty good impact, and you know, broke a couple parts on the car, and we could continue. I was going to try and do one more, but we decided, all right, that's enough. My back was a little sore, but
just a little bit.
Nothing a couple beers later that they didn't solve.
So do you think you're going to come back with a stronger car and maybe have another crack?
Well, actually, the car that's sitting here today is a better, stronger car built for this type of stuff. So we've had so much success kind of going out and doing these one-off events that the team specially built me a car for doing this stuff. And like, this is the car that did the Top Gear show and did a race called Baja 300 out in Germany. So we have a lot of opportunities to do some of that stuff, and got to have the right equipment. Yeah,
and that's the car you've been taking people out in today.
Yep.
Do you get a lot of satisfaction out of making people completely and utterly frightened?
You know, there is a certain satisfaction to that. But you know, at any time I'm around the car and get to drive and have some fun, you know, I appreciate it. I'm a lucky bastard that I get to do this stuff.
Yeah, no,
completely. But the funniest time, I had a girl one time that was kind of short, and she didn't know what the hell was going on. And she was kind of weak, and every time I braked or you know, braked really hard, her arms and her feet flew out, and her head wobbled around. You know.
That's a tip. I have to remember to keep mine reined in.
Are you taking a ride today?
Yeah, I'm coming out with you later. I think. I hope.
Well, as long as you got some strength.
I'll just get some rope and tie my feet to the chair or something. That'll probably be easier. So in the jump today is kind of, I think it's about 10 feet, isn't it? So it's just a little bit of a crest more than the jump perhaps. So that's well within your comfort zone. But the people going out with you today still getting.
Well, we have 2 jumps.
Oh, do you?
I think you get to go over the good jump.
How big's the good jump?
The good jump's about 50 feet.
Okay.
And then there's a little jump out of the tunnel that
that's the one
about
I saw
50
earlier.
feet too. So that's a nice one because you come up out of the tunnel and all you see is sky. The dirt jump you can kind of see everything, but I like ones where all you see is sky. Those are a little more fun.
Because the last rally car I was in, I was lucky enough to be in Sebastian Loeb's car earlier this year at Goodwood Festival of Speed in the passenger seat.
Lucky and the
thing very lucky, with the 2 most kind of well-renowned rally drivers of the moment in 1 year. I'm doing well.
Putting me next to Sebastian Loeb?
How do you rate your driving compared to his? A completely different style? Or?
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near.
Got a lot more years of experience to catch up to that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really the best rally driver ever. So.
Okay, because he's renowned for having that kind of sixth sense, isn't he? Like you were talking about earlier about having the kind of knowledge of the G's and the, you know, the kind of sense of how to judge everything. Yep. So you're kind of sharing something there.
Yeah, I do it, you know, a little bit for show and for fun, and he's got the top level of rally down pat, and has won more rallies than anyone, and really kind of doubled what anybody had ever done.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think he has quite as much fun as you though.
Yeah,
he's cool, calm and collected, and you're off doing jumps and having a laugh. I think I prefer your way of doing things in a way.
Well, you know, my avenue is the one that's open to me right now, and I'm making the most out of it.
Yeah, cool.